Hello, and welcome back to this Trails into Reverie Let's Play with me, SLJRPG. In the last episode, we did Project Trifling, the little mecha-based fighting game, which we successfully completed. But in today's episode, we do finally the last thing to be done in this Trails of Reverie before we head back to the real world, and that would be
Rendering browsing interface.
Project Orbal Gear 4, Part 1. So let's get on it. And we're at the branch campus. It looks like most of the problems have been addressed. The combat data from the last test was useful, yes? Very, I owe the team a lot. Your Goal 3 is officially complete. Then you get a passing grade, I suppose. So, what next? I haven't given that much thought, actually. Which means your schedule is open. Try analyzing this. What is it? No questions? But then how? Oh, you want me to figure out that part? There's no rush in your findings, nor is there no need to provide periodic updates. You're free to proceed wherever you wish. Is there something else? No, it's just you seem to be so swamped with work lately. I was wondering if I could help with lighten the load.
That's what I'm here for!
What?
There you are, Professor Russell.
Indeed.
Long time no see, Professor Schmidt, and thank you for keeping a watchful eye over my Tita.
Mom, why are you here? Why are all of you here?
Sorry to drop in, Tita. We were just escorting your mom.
And I'm here on a job. A very troublesome job, as it so happens.
How so?
That can wait. There's something much more important here than work. And that's you, my baby's breath bundle of cuteness. Oh, how your mommy has missed you.
Mom?
And you've only gotten cuter. Oh, I can't believe it. It's a scientific marvel. They gotta have laws against going over cute capacity because I just can't take it.
Stop it, Mom! Everyone is watching!
She's 16.
Let 'em. I get to hug and kiss and love on my favorite little girl. My Tita tank's been running on empty for months.
Professor?
Just let her get it out of her system.
Poor Tita. Please. This is so embarrassing.
If you're going to fritter away my time, do it where I can't see it.
Love it, Schmidt, giving the bullshit.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. I sometimes forget that my enthusiasm could give a man with already one foot in his grave a heart attack.
There you are with that cheek. I would assume you were the child if I didn't know that was your daughter standing next to you.
Why, thank you. My imagination is as rich as a child's.
She just straight up takes it to Schmidt.
A good thing, too, since my partner now is a senile old fart whose last good idea may have predated our concept of time.
The nerve.
I can't tell if they hate each other or if this is just their thing.
Might be a bit of both.
I'm leaning toward the latter. She's the only engineer I know who can have at it with the professor.
Probably because she's gonna be him in 30 years. Unlike her old man who just loves throwing whatever shit he can find together, these two develop tech with specific goals in mind. They also don't mind throwing everyone else under the bus if it means meeting those goals.
Hey, Red! I got ears.
And she hates agate.
So, the job?
The job is...
Right. Time to get down to business.
So you're forming a team to handle problems the Black Workshop left behind?
It's a good idea.
In short, yes. The workshops left scars all across the land. Their weapons, autonomous and otherwise, are on the black market. It could be people are scavenging for remnants of them.
However they're going about it, it's gonna be a problem in time. The guild's on full alert.
That sounds rough. No wonder you're here.
I came here as a representative of ZCF after receiving a formal request from the Imperial government.
Professors Schmidt and Russell are acting as the linchpins of the team. I'm here since I was connected to the workshop. And the guild is working with us as a safety measure. All of this is being coordinated via the Reinford Company. We'll be investigating old sites while figuring out what to do with the weapons we find in said sites.
I see. I'm surprised you agreed to help, Professor.
I don't see it as helping. I couldn't care less what the government or the guild wants. All I want is the data the Black Workshop left behind.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it all.
You two have a one-track mind. Do you think I could be a part of the team? I'd love to be of some help.
Well,
You don't have to do a thing, Tita.
But...
I did say this job is troublesome, but as you can see, we have more than enough people to go around. And I didn't come all this way for nothing.
Interesting.
We don't even have to worry about funding, since RF and the government's footing the bill.
Father was such a large part of this that my mother and I are by default. If it takes all of Reinford's resources to put an end to it, then that's just what we'll have to do.
And if anybody tries to get rough, they got the bracers to let them know what's what.
I mean, I was never going to worry about that. I know you guys are there.
Then you know we're all set. The best thing you can do right now is focus on school.
Ren, you're not a bracer. Is she a bracer at this point? I feel like she's still in school.
But what about you? You're in school too.
Yeah, okay, they're cool. I'm glad that I said
I
it.
sure am. Dean Collins allowed this as part of extracurricular activities. I might even present a new thesis based on my findings.
So why can't I do what you're doing?
Because Russ, your mother banned it.
There's nothing you can do for this team. Why not make sure Makarov's damn niece doesn't set fire to the building while I'm out?
Oh, Professor, I know Mint can be a lot, but even she wouldn't...
Whoa! That wrench went flying! Huh? How'd it get caught in the vent? Whoa! It caught on fire! This place is about to go up in smoke!
There we go.
I'm on my way.
That is rather sad, though. They've excluded her. Project Orbal Gear 4, Part 1. So we'll be hanging out in the Empire for a little while. How long exactly? The particular problem is pretty broad, so we're thinking it'll take 4 months or so. That long? Dan and that maniac should be fine to hold down the fort for just a while. I've got some things that need taking care of soon as I'm back, but who could resist all this workshop business? Are you sure there isn't anything I can do to help? It's fine, don't worry, my little angel. The schedule itself isn't very packed, to be honest. Most of our time will be spent on data analysis. Yep, and if anything decides we can get in our way, we'll give them a real smackdown and settle things in a jiffy. So don't stress, okay? If you say so. And if push comes to shove, I can always sacrifice this guy here. I don't mind. Mom. Just kidding. Bullshit. Oh, Agate, you silly, stupid man. Why would I ever to resort to sacrificing you when there are so many other fun ways to use a pack mule over the next 4 months? Fun? You can lay off the murderous intent any time now. It'll be fun, alright. Fun for me. I get stuck looking over his shoulder for the rest of his days. It's like her obsession with Edgar has gone into overdrive after he and Tito went to the Empire. You do live a life of suffering, don't you? Normal person would have kneeled over by now. Must be the A rancor in you. Could you not sound so impressed? What's gotten you so giggly? Just seeing you all together like this brings me back home is all. Well, home is always be there for you when you're ready for it. And since things are more or less back to normal, how'd you like your school, Tita? The press couldn't stop talking about Thors during the war, especially your instructors. Well, everyone's really nice. There's lots of funny, interesting people around. I was a little afraid when I first came here, but I feel totally fine now. That's good. Sounds like you've made some wonderful memories. Yeah. So make sure you give them a proper goodbye so you don't sour those fond memories. Huh? Don't worry, once you're settled you can invite all your friends to come see you in Liberel. Come to think of it, I need to carve out some time in my schedule to talk this out with your instructors. Wait a second, Mom. What are you talking about? Why would I need to say goodbye? I'm not just here on a job, Tita. I'm here to take you back home. What? This is out of nowhere. Not so much as you think. Heard the branch campus stood in opposition to the government during the war. You think I'd leave my daughter in such a dangerous place after hearing that? There's a good reason behind that. We were just trying to... The reason isn't the point. You were caught and put under house arrest for a while, weren't you? Sure, but it all worked out. If I hadn't... I mean, she's just being responsible parent here. If I hadn't, all it would have taken was a single small mistake and I might have never seen my little girl again. I still can't bear the thought even now. Mom, I know you might hate me for taking you back, but I can handle that. I can't handle losing you. Well, I want to stay here a bit longer. Come on, Erica. She's been working her ass off here. Zip it, Agate. If she protected her like you were supposed to, she wouldn't have been in danger in the first place. Who was so cocky when he said he'd keep her safe the day he left, huh? Because it's certainly not you. Don't blame Eka for this. No one could have predicted what happened, and I just don't have the experience to... Nah, she's right. If I'd done my job, you wouldn't have been in trouble. Half the trouble you were in. I got nothing to defend myself with. Still. With that said, let me ask you this. Why do you want to stay after all this happened? Well, I'm in the middle of classes. It'll be another year until I graduate. Also, just want to point out here. Your kid was off doing shit during the whole Liberel incident and was part of the big team. But I suppose you weren't around there, you were in another country, and it was your father, Mr. Albert Russell, but still, you're a dick. That doesn't matter. You don't care? Not as much as I care about the real reason you came to Erebonia. I want to study under Professor Smith and complete the Orbal Gear 3. And since Estelle and Joshua couldn't come here before, I figured I'll be the one to help Olivier out. Now those answers matter. I read your report. I think you did amazing work on the Orbal Gear 3, which of course my daughter would. Prince Olivet is safe, and your friends can now enter the country with no problem. From where I'm sitting, you've already gotten everything you could want out of Erebonia. When you put it like that, maybe, but... Did you know Mom came here to take me home? Did all of you know that Mom came here to take me home? Yes, we did. We tried convincing her otherwise, but... You're sure you wouldn't reconsider? I think you two know what I think you know what I'll say to that, Estelle. But Tita really likes it here. What's the harm in letting her enjoy it while she's still in school? She likes being at home too. There's nothing she can learn in Liberel that she could learn in Erebonia. That means it's time for her to come back home. That's not true. Am I really wrong? I think so. If I can keep producing results, then it proves there's more than I could stand to learn here. Proves there's more I could stand to learn here, right? I suppose. The logic's certainly sound enough. We'll be here for a while, so I see no reason to entertain the idea. We'll have plenty of time to wait for her to produce results. We'll be operating out of the branch campus, since it's where Professor Smith is staying. I highly doubt Tita will be in any danger between now and when we leave. No way she would. fine. Really? Yes, but on 2 conditions. You must produce results that convince me within 4 months. After that, you must clear a test of my choosing. If you can fulfill those 2 conditions, I'll let you stay at Thor's till you graduate. Fair? Fair. Project Orbal Gear 4.
Alright, it's time to death up here. So let's kick off our first official scoring ticker for the Project Orbal Gear 4.
That's her voice now. It's not, I can't keep hold of that.
Man, it's not a big deal. We're just brainstorming. You say that, but if your mom isn't happy with what we come up with, then she's gonna pull you from...
She's gonna pull you from the branch campus.
I know. So, if it's life or death, there's no such thing as going overboard today, because we're on board as on board can be. We just need every resource the engineering team here can get their hands on, so let's rock this out.
Aye, lassie. We don't plan on skimping if you're at stake.
That's so sweet. Okay, I do have to help my uncle with this project, but I won't be able to help all the time. Sorry.
Can't you say we're gonna be much help either? We might have had some trouble following when it comes to the more complex aspects of this project.
It's perfectly okay. Just having you here means the world to me. We gotta be the one to handle most of it, so if I hand too much over, then it's gonna be lost. I've lost the point of it being given to me. You're so nice. That's the spirit. Forget everything else. We're here for you 100%.
Then let's do this.
Thanks, guys. Now that we got that out of the way, let's really kick off our first official meetup for Orbal Gear 4.
You keep saying first, miss, but how many meetings do you got planned with this project?
0. We've got 4 months left. If we don't figure out what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna be screwed on time.
That's why they call it. Guess that's what I called it the first.
It felt cool, you know? I was just going with it.
Sure. So Tina, number 4. You finished developing the Orbal Gear 3, right? Can't be easy to go one up yourself so soon. If you're gonna convince the professor to let you stay, shouldn't you go with a less of a challenge?
No, it has to be this. Mom designed it, the first Orbal Gear. I really want her to recognize my skills, and improving the very thing she started is the way to go.
I gotcha, makes sense. Then you won't hear another word from us.
So where do we start? Do you have a concept in mind for Little Baby 4 that's gonna be better than Big Daddy 3?
Little Baby 4, Big Daddy 3? That's a wee word on this little noggin gas stuff. Trying to understand it'll just do your own editing.
That's what I'm stuck on right now. Everyone's helped with the Orbal Gear 3 into something with incredible specs. Surpassing that is going to require some major overhaul. Do we know where to start?
That put a dampener in things. Well, what can the previous models do? What can we add? It got to be something. You know, I felt my heart skip a beat when I first saw pounds of solvent flying around. What about that?
Flying? They're good. Wait. No. Any more faces? I think we're going to go through pics on a stereoscope.
I can't even tell if you like the idea or not.
The direction. I like the direction, but it wouldn't be the first to do it.
The Orbal Gear is a Russell thing, isn't it?
2 years ago, the ZCF and Epstein Foundation joined to develop something called the Eidolon Gear. It's like a sister weapon to the Orbal Gear. Oh, Elisis? Yeah. 3 companies were involved with the EXA, whereas the Eidolon Gear mostly has the foundation tech to make it stand out. It most certainly is capable of manned flight.
And that's something. Is there a reason the 3 didn't incorporate it, if the technology is already out there?
It's because I don't know a whole lot about Eidolon Gear.
Easy fix, all we gotta do is ask. The foundation would be TO.
I understand. I'll answer any questions you have. Thank you so much. No need to thank me. ZCF helped me make it happen, so the least I can do is share. The Eidolon Gear did achieve flight to some degree, but it's far from perfect. What happened? Performance and operational time. It's possible to fly with a pilot in the seat, but but it adds another current and performance drops dramatically. Significantly reduces how long it can operate. It wasn't designed for multi-purpose work for long periods. Forget flight combat. Orbal Gate 2 solved the operational time issue, but it adapted well to suit its pilot's needs on the spot. The Eidolon Gate... Another thing is the Eidolon Gate can't function without first linking with the Aeon system. Of course. It was a progressive machine for its time, but also came with some very large limitations. So, it had some incredible stuff to it, but it lacked the versatility of the 3. Then adding the flight function to the 3 wouldn't be such a bad idea. Not bad, pure brilliant. Pure brilliant is what it is. Sounds like it would work much better than anything that's come before it. But it's not like we can just slap it on. And he's got so much heft. It's not that we can apply the same kind of booster like with the Panzer Soldats. It will not be easy. It will not be easy veer around tight turns without how it's built too. No, it isn't the same as impossible. No matter how hard it is, I'm gonna make it happen. You're all kind of inspired. We may have some materials that could help. I'll put together and send them to you in a bit. Thank you. Thanks for the input. We have a plan. And this one is to make sure Mom see what I'm made of. One month later. How's progress going? We brought snacks. Sandy, hi. Freddy, hi. Look like you've seen better days. Ain't nothing Freddy's finding formula can't fix. Give it a bite. What's in it? It's a special blend of 7 kind of bugs that'll help fight fatigue. It's so bitter. It's so bitter. What is this deep, rich aftertaste? It's like being swathed in a warm blanket of pure energy. Feel like a whole new Tita. Nothing beats a second wind. Nothing beats whatever it is you just gave me. Give me more. I've got sandwiches too if you're hungry. I'd love some, Sandy. Thanks a bunch, Freddy. No need to ask. Anything for a cooking club compadre. I haven't been able to drop out by the club lately at all. Please, if anything, we wish we could do more for you. We're in your corner, Tita. Next year won't be the same if you aren't there to cook with us. I really want to stay too. So far so good on the plan then, I hope. Well, going by how out of it you were, I'm guessing not. I made a prototype after prototype, but none of them quite have the cut in terms of specs. I feel bad for everyone going out of their way to help, but to be honest, I'm stumped. Have you tried asking Smith? I don't know, he might just glare at her before brushing her off. It's a little scary up front, but I think he'll still give me a hint if I asked. Just don't want him to. My friends help me out is the one thing, but he's a professor. This whole thing moves forward based on the input of someone whose mom's equal. Then is it really my project anymore? That's a valid point for sure. I mean, that's PhD work, whereas you are definitely still in high school. What means your robots not going anywhere? So hit a wall or something. Or do something to take my mind off of it. If I'm stuck on cooking, I'd go out hunting. Want to take a run through the mountains? Not passing the mountains, but I like the direction this is going. I haven't analyzed that device Professor Smith gave me yet. I think I'll start there. Maybe, who knows, maybe it'll solve it if I pull an all-nighter. Not sure that's gonna help. What? It is? Different strokes, Annie. Do what makes you tick, Tita. As long as you don't overdo it. Thanks, you two. What's up with this reaction? Is this some sort of gravitational engine? But how is this so small? I can't think of any practical use of this off the top of my head. Could be a prototype. I think that's why my professor gave it to me. Gave this to me now. And now there and there and... Schmidt, do you have a moment? Only just. Keep it brief. It's about the device you gave me. But I told you there wasn't need for periodic updates. It's not that. I wanted to confirm something about how it's used. Do whatever you want with it. Huh? Do whatever you want with it. Now, no more questions. Then I will. Thank you. See you later.
to do it, but Tia's helping out. So I'm guessing it's some sort of gravitational thing. Northland Log Canyon.
Okay, it's time for the final operational trial.
I guess it'd have to be. You're the only 2 days until you present your findings to Erica. Gotta be proud of how far you've come.
Maybe. I've never dreamed the unit the professor gave me would turn out to be a new gravitational engine. The internals were really unique, so I made a lot of tweaking to make it work, but after fitting it to this prototype, I can hardly believe the kinds of results I was getting. So this is the set direction I needed to follow. After that, it kept coming, and the prototype was done before I knew it. I've done flight tests and made improvements after each, and now... What is it, Agate?
Nothing. I just like how passionate you are.
Sometimes I just get a fire in me and I can't stop yammering. Anyway, thank you for coming with me today.
I let you come all the way out here. Like I let you come out all the way out here alone. What words? Why did you pick a spot in the middle of nowhere like this?
It's my last chance to collect data, so I wanted to make the most of it. Nobody comes here. The elevation is naturally uneven, but it's perfect for flying around.
Makes sense. Well, go wild. We're here watching the whole way, so just let me know if you need anything.
Okay, I'm gonna get it started.
Seems pretty nifty to me.
I finished the test course.
Good stuff. Here's all the numbers you wanted. Not sure if they're good or not. I saw you flying pretty well to me, though.
This is a big success, huge. Mom's bound to be satisfied by numbers like this.
Guess that's left us for Mama Bear to go over the fine-tooth comb. Sounds like you got it in the bag.
Thank you so much for the help, Agate. Maybe it's a bit premature to be saying this before Mom gives me the okay, but I'm gonna need more of that while I'm at the academy.
Well, yeah, I got you. Guild's gonna be on the staff in the Empire. Wasn't planning on heading home anytime soon. Coming to check on you every so often is easy enough.
Yay.
Who's that? Something's up with that airship.
Could be some kind of mechanical failure. If the pilot can't ascend, he's gonna crash into the mountain.
Not good.
Good thing I have this. I'm gonna go help.
Zeta!
Its flight's field is completely done. Is someone in there? Who are you? There's no time to explain. Hold tight and securely. I'll do what I can. Need to elevate it. Full power. It isn't enough. Releasing outward limiter.
Please, just a bit more.
Wham bam. And saved.
I did it. Now I just need to get back to Huh? Don't tell me it overheated. Huh?
He's gonna jump out midair and grab her.
Agate!
You okay, Tita?
By the skin of my teeth, but yeah, I'm okay.
I can't take my eyes off of you for a second now, can I? Nothing but trouble, I swear.
I'm so sorry. If I hadn't run off like that on my own.
I'm teasing. You got nothing to apologize for. You probably saved the lives of everyone on that airship. You did the right thing, Tita.
You mean it?
Still, you might be safe.
But we can't say the same for the Orbal Gear 4, huh?
Smashed down into the ravines. What the fuck is the Emperor doing here? Two eventually descended to the bottom of the canyon, recovered Orbal 4's wreckage. Fortunately, it was clear that a few days wouldn't be enough to fix it. And peculiarly, the new engine fitted within was nowhere to be found. Oh, fucking... It's his orb. He stole it. Interesting. Anyway, in the end, Tita returned to the branch campus in low spirits, Aga gently patting her in the back in an effort to cheer her up. Orbal Gear Project 4, Part 1, done. That is very interesting. But now... I do believe our daydreams are fulfilled. Nice, and then the rest of these things are stuff that we should really be doing out in the real world. We've already got 4 recipes we need to learn in the outside world, superb dishes, profiles on the outside world, and well of all these. So I think we're done here, ladies and gentlemen, in Reverie, which is very interesting. I did my run, obviously. So I'll see you next time. Actually, we need to go check the shop. We have standards and rules here. The shop must be checked. Obviously. Oh, check here.
Initializing trading process.
Buy ourselves the ticket, and we shall see you all next time, where I think we're probably going to return to Lloyd's timeline. So I'll see you guys in Mains. Peace.